Welcome to the Explainer. So, have you ever had a server that's somehow both alive and dead at the same time? Today, we're diving into a real-world server mystery from the Proxmox community, where a machine was working perfectly but was also completely unreachable.
And this, right here, is the paradox that kicked the whole thing off. Imagine that. Your virtual machines are up, services are running fine, but the host machine itself? Total radio silence. I mean, how is that even possible? Well, the community had a few ideas, and their number one suspect is a really interesting one.
Almost immediately, the top comments all pointed to a single, really powerful concept that basically runs Proxmox clusters: a loss of quorum. This was the prime suspect for why the server was essentially ghosting its own administrator.
Yeah, this user Acidus, they pretty much nailed it right out of the gate. They pointed out that a broken quorum is the classic reason for a web interface to just go blank, even when the VMs underneath are just chugging along. But okay, what in the world is quorum?
Okay, so think of quorum like a committee vote for your server cluster. Seriously, no action can be taken, no changes, no new VMs. You can't even log in to manage things unless a majority of the committee members, in this case the server nodes, are present and agree. It's a really critical safety feature to prevent chaos.
And here is exactly how the dominoes fell in this case. First, one server, PVE03, was turned off to save power. Totally fine. The cluster still had a 2 out of 3 majority. But then came the critical mistake: rebooting PVE02 while the other one was offline. For that brief moment during the reboot, only one node was active. And 1 is not a majority of 3. That's the key. The cluster instantly locked itself down to protect itself, and poor PVE02 couldn't rejoin the group because the group was already frozen.
This chart shows the difference in a nutshell. On the left, when you have quorum, everything's great. The cluster's healthy, it's responsive, you can do whatever you need to do. But on the right, without quorum, it's frozen solid. The whole system just locks down into this protected, read-only state, which locks you out to prevent any possible data corruption.
So how do you break out of this digital jail? Well, the community provided an emergency key. This command, pvcm expected to, is a temporary override. You're basically telling the lonely node, hey, listen, ignore what you think you see. I'm telling you that for right now, a majority is just 2 nodes. This manually forces quorum to be reestablished, which unlocks the cluster and lets you get back in and bring the other servers online properly.
But, a good troubleshooter never just stops at the first theory. Even though quorum was the most likely culprit, the community put together this fantastic diagnostic checklist to rule out other potential causes, everything from bad hardware to just a simple misconfiguration.
First up, step 1 in pretty much any IT investigation: check the logs. This is where the server writes its own diary, and it often records the exact moment things went sideways. It's always the best place to start. And yep, multiple people pointed to this specific command, journalctl. On modern Proxmox systems, that's the tool you want to use. It gives you this detailed, time-stamped record of exactly what the server was thinking and doing during and after that reboot. The clues are almost always in there somewhere.
Next on the checklist, the physical stuff. Sometimes really weird software behavior is just a symptom of a piece of hardware that's about to fail, and the community had some really great suggestions here based on their own experiences.
Now, this is a fantastic point, especially for anybody running a home lab. Your regular consumer-grade SSDs, they aren't always built for the constant, heavy-duty work of a server. When you hit them with something like a backup, they can get totally overwhelmed, lock up, and cause the exact symptoms we're talking about.
And here's a more advanced but totally plausible scenario. Let's say you misconfigured a PCIe passthrough. That's where you give a virtual machine direct control over a piece of hardware. Well, you could accidentally give away the server's own network card or management controller, which would, effectively cut yourself off from your own machine.
And finally, the investigation turned to the software and network settings. A lot of the time, the problem isn't broken hardware at all. It's just a single misplaced line in a config file somewhere.
The logic here is just simple, but so powerful. If you can ping the machine, the basic network connection is obviously working. So if you can't get to specific things like the web page or SSH, it smells like firewall. Something is probably blocking those specific services.
Oh, this is a really sneaky one. A true ghost in the machine. The problem was an old, stale config file for QuorumSync. That's the background service the servers use to talk to each other to maintain quorum. An old file was getting loaded on reboot, which just broke communication before it could even get started.
So after all this, what's the big takeaway? Well, all of this amazing community wisdom can be boiled down into a really practical playbook for any Proxmox operator. We can turn this one person's problem into a valuable lesson for all of us.
Okay, here it is. This playbook basically turns one person's headache into a great set of best practices. First, and most importantly, respect quorum. Don't do maintenance on a 3-node cluster if one is already offline. It's just asking for trouble. Second, always check the logs first. Journalctl will almost always give you a clue. Third, be mindful of your hardware. Consumer gear and complex pass-through setups can cause weird instability. Fourth, always double-check your basic configurations, especially firewalls and quorums. And finally, if a node is acting up, try connecting directly to its IP address to see if you can bypass any cluster-level problems. Following these steps can make your own setup way more resilient.
And that's our explainer. A silent server, a fragile quorum, and a fantastic community that came together to solve the mystery. It really just leaves us with one final, critical question to ask about your own setup. Is it truly resilient, or is it just one reboot away from silence? Thanks for joining us.